part 2 of Snapshot 22W12A. If you want to see part 1, it's in the thumbnail. So let's get started. Some of the things I've discovered thus far is that you can also use boats and with chests in them for vertical transport. So right here, I have soul sand and a magma block that I can switch by putting items in this chest. And what will happen is if I were to take some lily pads like this, it will trigger some redstone. It causes the boat to come up. It'll fill up with them, like so, and then it'll take it back down. And then it'll empty into this chest down here. So the way we do this is pretty simple. All you have to do is take a comparator and use it to push and pull a piece of cobblestone wall, and it will cause this to send a pulse instantly downward to this observer, and this sticky piston will push and pull. You could do this with just this simpler. I just happen to do it this way. It's the way I wanted to fit it together. Instead of doing a redstone block, you could literally just have this do these two directly, just if you move the wall around. I didn't want to have to run any redstone dust, but it's very simple. All you'd have to do is cause it to trigger. Very neat. If you want to see more tutorials or more specifics on this, I can show you. But that's the first thing, just as a follow-up from my first video. So now we get to where it's fun. So I've made for you a few contraptions, and then I'm going to get on to how to make a splash potion of darkness. So if I bring a boat over here, so let me go get in my boat. So we're going to head over that way, and I have two machines that could be used together, but I'm going to show you what they do. So right here is an automatic loader. So what this will do is it will load your boat with items when you go by it. And so now my boat, don't call me a liar. Oh, I didn't put them in here. I wanted to show you how it works. So if I put items in here, now it will load in my boat. So they were empty. And so now you've got in the boat some potions. And so that's for the next machine I'll show you. So this can take any items, and you can just have a machine that you drop by. Maybe you do it for another player. And so you can kind of have a drive-through. And so this would be really handy for doing some of those. And so I used it to load in some potions. So over here I have, if you don't really use your boats with chests in them very often, you could have a site where you want to apply a splash potion. So let's say we want to come out to a swamp, we want to look for slimes, or we want to fight enemies. You can come out here, and as soon as you arrive, it will take any potions that you've put in your boat, and it will give them to you. It will apply them to you instantly from the boat. And so all I have to do is go and drive over this, and now I've got strength and night vision. And you can see them in the top right corner, and you can see them right here. And so the way it works is pretty simple. All you got to do is take a hopper, feed it into a dropper facing upward, that's a dropper, and then put a dispenser on top of that, and then you just take a comparator from the dropper that the hopper puts it in. So we just have the hopper right here into this dropper, and the comparator just run it around and do a signal like that. And so by doing that, and that could be redstone if you wanted, but just by taking the repeaters and forcing it in with a repeater, then you've got this will automatically fire both of these and have a block above it so that it'll hit you. And so that's it. So now on to the last two things. So one, I want to show you splash potions of darkness. So I made a command so that you can make a splash potion of darkness that will apply to yourself. Let me go ahead and drink a milk bucket to get rid of my other ones. So splash potion of darkness, and now we've got darkness. And I've noticed this does combine with blindness, so you can get even darker if you do the two together. It doesn't seem to be incredibly strong, but there is a degree to which it does that. And so that would be really handy. So these don't actually exist in vanilla, and the command is something like that. And so that's what you'll use. And so I will go ahead and put that in the description for you. And so the other one is going to be Shriek Particles. I made this right here. And so now you can actually use particles for shrieks for something else. And go woo. So this, if you're not familiar with the particle command, this is the location. This is kind of the area that you want it to be around. So if I do this, I'm just spawning them out of myself. It worked one time. There it goes. So that'll just do one. Oh, these are the radius that we want to do it in. So now it'll come out of me every time. See, ping, 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 ping. And so that's it for this video. Keeping it short, but there's 5 or so things you can do. The ability to do vertical transport, kind of an addendum to my last video. And then we've got the ability to do a drive-through for items, a automatic splash applier, and now you can have some splash potions. I'll do a splash potion of blindness for you as well in the description, since that's not one that actually exists. And now we've got these Shriek Particles. I definitely want to see if maybe there's a map making way of using them to do these for something fun or ping or to show where something is. And anyway, that's it.